Okay, I think we are live. Here we go. Here we go. Well, welcome everybody to another edition of the Phoenix South Group. We meet every Thursday, most days, and it's all about helping each other in some way. That's what networking is all about. Being able to network to a point where you're getting other people to look for people that are looking for your service or product while you're not there, sort of thing. So other people become your salespeople. That's kind of what it's all about. When we do it online, there's such a great saving because we can reach a larger group, especially when we're online, because right now we're on Facebook Live, LinkedIn Live, and YouTube Live. And those of you that have been looking at our group, and we can see that there's been quite a few people that are watching. If you have a business, let us know. Come on in. Tell us a little bit about what you do, and it'll be great to introduce you and your service to a larger audience this way. And it's only about an hour a week being able to come in like this. So we have people coming from all over. We have our furthest member is in Scotland, so it is possible to have a wider reach, especially if you don't have to be at the site, like installing Windows or something. That's more of a local thing. But if you have a service that you can promote that is extended, then that's the thing to do. I'm going to give you a little idea about where we are. This is our website here. I'm just going to bring this down just a bit here. And it's at pbex.ca.
Tony, you're frozen.
And member of the week is our Sam Sturris. He's our mechanic for the group. He does dash cams and tire swaps and so on, and many other services regarding cars. He's a wealth of information when it comes to cars. So there's a video there in his e-card. Each one of our members gets an electronic business card, and it's quite advanced. Let's see if this is actually operating here. This is what Sam's card looks like. Yours would be the same when you join. You get your logo there and various other things. A little bit about what you do, and the website, and it's all here. Basically, we set it all up so that people can go right to whatever that they need to go to in terms of the website, Instagram, whatever social media they're on. There's a little mini videos there for Sam. We can do the same for you as well if you have that kind of thing. And so it's like a website for your phone. All right, that's really what it's all about. So it's great to be able to have that card. So we have 5 chapters right now: Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Thursday afternoon. Right now we're at the 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. Eastern time, and we have another one in a few hours from now for our afternoon crowd. If you want to come into that one, there's no limits, there's no cost in terms of who comes in. It's Penny Lee heads that up, and we make that a lot of fun. Penny Lee does a great job on that one. So our next after hours meeting, which is a once a month group, we meet every I think it's the last Tuesday of the month. Okay, this one is March 24th at 7 p.m. for about an hour. It's more of a mastermind group there. And so, yeah, come on in there just to put your goals down for the year, and you come every month, and you have an idea of what you can do, and it's more of a accountability buddy that we have set up there. Canada Growth Network is usually on Mondays at 1 p.m. That's headed up by Bernie, along with the East Trade Winds Global Networking that he does on Tuesdays. So he's a busy guy. East Trade Winds, we meet in person next Wednesday. So put that on your calendar. Next Wednesday, if you are in the Ottawa area, you want to give us a quick call. Then there's we're going to be at the At Hive, which is I believe 1745 Corkwood.
Courtwood.
Okay.
Courtwood.
Courtwood, and that's just off of the Woodward exit near Maitland. For those of you that are in Ottawa, there. And within the week after that, we're at the River Lounge in this South group. So a couple of weeks from now. So that's always good to meet in person. Okay, and our total sales so far, we had 9,850 referrals in terms of dollars, 47 so far, which is really great when you look about it, because the conversion's pretty good. Again, we're just under. So if we can get somebody to buy some windows from Norm, I think we can hit the 5 million. We're pretty close there. Okay, and there's the amount of clients that we've connected through our e-cards. So we're gonna bring that up. It's all about connection there. There's if you want to apply or be able to know more about our group, there's a QR code for Phoenix, and we're not only business people that give each other business, but we're also very locally centralized in terms of charities. Over the years, we've helped so many charities in some way. We got over 51,000 in terms of actual direct donations for these, and the Canada Food Bank is our choice there this year again. We had them at the golf game last year, and they did very well. So we're really pleased to be able to help our local people with the food bank there, and it's always great to be able to connect that way. Okay, so that's it for there. So let's go to our social media guru. We have Kat Hurd, and she's going to talk a little bit about what to watch for when it comes to certain aspects of social media. So, Kat, over to you.
Okay, so what we're trying to do with social media is to reach a wider audience. So the easiest way to reach a wider audience is to subscribe, follow, or get involved with our other social media channels that belong to Phoenix. So that's things like our YouTube channel, our Instagram, our Facebook, our LinkedIn. Why? Because then you're putting your business in front of other people. So you don't need to be active on those platforms if you don't want to be. But the best thing to do is have your business there. So you should be commenting, sharing, engaging with our posts. So you should be going in and saying, oh, I had a great one-to-one with Sam. Go and definitely get your brakes changed by him. You want to turn around and say, hey, I've got a great offer on my doors and windows. Come and check me out, if you're Norm, obviously. So if you're not following and subscribing to our pages, you're not engaging with our content, you're not sharing your content on our pages, my question is, why not? And definitely, if you're wanting to speak and to connect with other people, you should be following or subscribe to our YouTube channel, watching our content, and again, sharing it and getting involved in collaboration where you can. Back to you, Tony.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you, Kat. Yeah, that's one of the greatest things about the social media, because Phoenix have their own platform on each, and whenever somebody posts something, by you posting your thing, it says whatever Kat said there, it basically comes back to you that you're engaged in that way. It only takes a couple of minutes just to be able to give a like and then maybe a small comment. I think the minimum is like 5 words. If you can just say good job, Kat. Okay, always best to do something. And then that is actually more active. It gives you more exposure for yourself. So it's a win-win situation. Thank you, Kat, for that.
So,
Okay,
Tony,
so let's. What's that?
on our sales, does it include HST or before HST? How much do we need to go over the top?
Well, that is before HST. Yeah. We don't include tax with our business. It's
I
just a
just
regular.
sold
We
4,000.
have, I think we need about 6,000, but 6,500
I just did 4,068 because of Eric.
because of Eric. Oh, great. Okay, awesome.
4,068.
Yeah, we're like $2,000 away. Yeah, you can go to Sam and get some tires.
Norm, I would imagine that you'd include the tax too, because it's a total spend that you're doing. It's money leaving your wallet or someone's wallet at the end of the transaction.
But
Unless,
yeah,
of course,
if
you.
Eric did the thing, yeah, that would be. But yeah, no, that's good. That's gonna be that's gonna help. Yeah. Okay, so if you could put that in the chat, I'll just do a reminder. What was it? 4,200.
No, 4,068. I'll put it on the chat.
Okay, 4,068. Okay, yeah, I'll put that down. Thank you. Yeah, because we have to wait for people to sort of acknowledge the business, and I know we do more than that, but I have to wait until people at least mention it. So thank you for that mention. Okay, so let's start with Susan Ebbs. Okay, Susan, take it away.
Good
What
morning,
do
one
you
and
do?
all.
Yeah, let's do you do.
I hope you're having a great day. This is Susan Ebbs, and I'm with a company called Total Renewal, and we partner with melaleuca.com. We have non-toxic cleaning products that can help to freshen up your home. Say your dog or cat pissed somewhere other than the kitty litter box. Well, you just use a product that we've got. It's called Solumel, and it'll take the smell out, and it will just make things nice and fresh. Our products are non-toxic, no chemicals, and they're diluted. So if you know of anyone that wants to get started on their spring cleaning, give me a call and we can help them start with non-toxic cleaning products. Susan Ebbs, I have had, let's see, ongoing business with Wendy Chung and Penny Lee, and no BAMs since I was out of town.
Okay, thanks a lot, Susan. Jacqueline, over to you. Jacqueline.
I was looking for my mute. What the heck? I have
I
things
know.
to say.
I know.
I have things to say. What I will say today is, as I decided to, I kept hearing that we're supposed to have a storm, stay at home, close the schools. And I decided as I got up, I opened the door and I took a big, beautiful breath. I lifted my shoulders, I took them back and I released them down. And today I understood why schools may have been closed. Ice everywhere. I'm not sure that I'm able to get into my car. Now, here it is. I have a jacket for my car. I have a jacket when it snows. I pull the jacket off the car, the snow is gone. I did not put the jacket on the car knowing that there was going to be ice arriving. It would have made life so much easier had I put the jacket on the car. That's what I think people forget when they're looking at their finances and personally their personal circumstances. Put a jacket on because that will help you save you time. That will allow you to ask the questions you need to ask. The jackets sometimes are talking about your closing costs. When you purchase a property, there are additional costs. And if you have the coat on, you understand that's what you need to protect yourself on and with. When you're looking for strategies for your mortgage money, you've got to contact your mortgage honey. And my BAMs today, thank you for Tuesday. That was such a great meeting with you, Bernie. So many people come from around the world, have so much to share. It was great about branding. Anyway, thank you so much.
Thanks a lot, Jacqueline. Great. Over to Kat.
Hello again. So I am looking to have conversations with people who have their business all over the shop. So these are people who need 500,000 applications to do what they do, not because they genuinely need them, but because they don't know any other system. I'm looking for people who want to market their business in a quick and efficient manner and just don't know how to. So if that sounds like you or somebody you know, then I would love to have a chat with you. Thank you, Tony.
Okay, yeah, thanks, Kat. Well, that was fast. Okay. Well, actually, it's more like freezing rain out there today, but all right. And over to Sam. Go ahead, Sam.
Thank you, John. Thanks, Tony. Good morning, everyone. Sam Sturz, connectedcars.ca. There's my contact information in the chat. Let's see here. Sam Sturz is Connected Cars. Do dash cameras. That's my main thing. Nice and neat. Hide them away behind the rearview mirror so they aren't obstructing your view out. And they record while you're driving, and they can record while your car is parked in the parking lot in case someone hits and runs. Let's see here. Besides that, I do oil changes, brake jobs. Actually, this week I did a thermostat in a car, and I'll be working on another one this afternoon, one of our members' vehicles. Let's see here. What I'm looking for this week is referrals. When it came to, say, an estimate on repair, I don't do major engine work, but I do lots of different work on vehicles. So if you get a estimate, or you know someone that got an estimate that they think is kind of high, send them my way, and maybe I can work on it for them and save them some money. Let's see here. Things going on. BAMS. Well, former Phoenix member Terry Fraser had an issue with his fobs, and I fixed them up, and at least in the short term, and actually going to save him half the price of what it would cost at the dealership. I can get fobs from a local locksmith here in town and have them coated and everything for him. And Eric Senego should be here this afternoon, work on his car. That's it for me. Sam Sturz, connectedcars.ca, today's mobile electronics without the cost of a new vehicle, and lots more.
Okay, thanks a lot, Sam. Awesome. And over to Bernie. What's shaking there, buddy?
Well, folks, Tony, thank you. Life's good. Business is good. Connections are even better. And East Trade Winds Canada Growth Network events are happening. And, there are opportunities. And Jacqueline, you were looking for the video from the presentation.
Yes.
On the Friday mailing. I can send one out if you like. You'll find a link right in the email that comes out on the Fridays at 10 a.m. If it doesn't show up, let me know. And that's part of the nature of the beast is cross connecting. It's a whole other system of helping business grow and doing connections. The Knack for Business podcast is involved and so forth. I can go on for a while. I actually did a presentation about it on Monday, and I'm going to stop there because you know what? Norm's got to talk about how to flip a coin or flip a door, or maybe more. That rhymed. That rhymed. Oh no. Over to you, Tony.
Oh, thanks a lot, Bernie. Okay, Norm, you're looking for a video. Did you find it? Or
No, well, I can do it on my website, but you found it last time.
okay, yeah. I think, but you have a new video there that
Yes, a new one, yeah.
Just one sec. Is it on your website?
It's on my website.
Okay.
The last
Hang
time I
on.
tried to share it.
Yeah, I might have better reception than you. Just give me a sec here. And it's, is it Boyer Boys?
Yeah, boarboys.ca.
Yep, got it. I already got it. And
Well, you got to do your presentation first.
yes, I was gonna do that. Okay, where is it? Under, it's not on the main page.
Information, I think.
About us?
No, information. I think.
In fact.
Do your thing, I'll find it.
Okay. Oh, information. Got it. Okay, yeah, I do have it now. All right, all good. Okay, I'll come back to this. Okay, super. Okay. Hi, everybody. Tony Jennis from Higher Self. I'm the spirit guy of the group. And we've We do readings. We do personal tuning sessions with tuning forks, in that it specializes in any kind of trauma, because these forks are considered healing forks. These are sounds that you don't hear in our society at all. I've got over 50, no, more like 75 tuning forks altogether. None of them we hear in our everyday life. So when people come in, when we start tuning those, is a certain vibration, a frequency that is ancestral. These are over 4,000 years old. These sounds, like the Om. We never hear Om in anything unless you purposely go to, let's say, Jacqueline's class and she plays that sound. The Om Mani Padme Om or these things. And although it sounds like it's just a frequency, your body is already working things out to kind of take the discord out of your energy. So, if you have any, if you want to try this, let me know, and we'd be happy to do that. So, Tony Jennis from Higher Self, we are here to raise your spirits. Okay, we're going to head over to Norm's present. Did you want to do the windows right away, or did you want to?
Yeah, do that video, and then I'll talk about it.
Okay. Yeah, sounds good. Sounds good. All right, let's just take this out
It's the one on
here.
the left.
Yep, that's the one. Okay, here we go.
So Norm Boyer, Maintenance Repair, we're going to show you how much heat passes through different glasses. We have a heat lamp from a sauna, and we have a meter that reads BTU. So we're going to set this meter at 500. No, it's really sensitive. There, it's set at 500. So now we're going to try a clear glass in the 80s. So we put that in front. There's 348 BTUs passing through that glass. So we're going to remove that and try putting Lowy argon building code. It's really sensitive to the heat. Okay, we bring it to 500, put this in. We've got 317 BTUs still passing through that Lowy with a hard coat. Then we're going to put a Lowy with a soft coat, and we're going to bring it down to 255. 350, okay. So then we're going to go to a triple glaze, Lowy 272, and it brings it down to 62, 58. Okay, so now we're going to try the Cardinal 366 technology from the space helmets. Put that on, and there's only 7 BTUs passing through that glass. So there's no heat passing through that glass. Keeps the heat in the wintertime and the heat out in the summertime. Now let's try adding these glasses together. So we put 9 layers of glass in front of that meter, and it brings it down to 16. The only problem with that, it'd be very heavy to put into a window. So we calibrate back to 500, and we're 366. Should bring us back down to the 7. Very consistent number. So we don't have to replace your windows. We can just replace your glass. Make your house cooler in the summertime and warmer in the wintertime.
Okay, Norm, good. That was a
So
good.
you saw how much heat passes through that glass. So right now, with the price of energy going up, the higher the energy going up, the more you're going to save by having 366 glass in. That second glass that I put in, that's standard to what's happening in the industry now. That still 311 BTUs going through that glass versus 7. So your walls are R20, resistance to heat is R20. Your ceilings are generally R40. Your glass is 2.3. Put the 366 is 4.5. It more than doubles it, right? So it stops that heat from going out. I mean, it saves you cooling costs in the summer, but that you don't use oil or gas to cool. So you're using oil or gas to cool in the wintertime. And what the industry is doing, oh, you need a more efficient furnace. You got to switch to different energy, but you still use the same amount of energy, whether you're using oil or whether you're using gas. So what we do with the 366 is use less energy, not switch to a different energy source, but use less energy. So that makes a big difference in the wintertime. You're going to let less condensation on the window because the window surface is going to be warmer. So the glass is a heat mirror. It reflects back heat. And the difference between the triple glaze, you see it was only down to 20 something. The triple glaze adds extra weight. The 366 doesn't add extra weight to the window. So the industry, some parts of the industry are promoting triple glaze. Oh, throw in free triple glaze. Well, triple glaze was obsolete 40 years ago. It's still obsolete. You know, physics hasn't changed in 40 years. But what happened is when they first came out in the early 90s with the triple glaze, National Research did a big study on it and found it was the extra weight caused the problem. The two chambers caused the problem. Warm chamber, cold chamber, a lot more failing of the thermal panes. You need to have better hardware, thicker vinyl. And so they didn't recommend it. But what happened, the industry was producing it, but they were getting so many service calls that they discontinued because they couldn't afford to do the warranty, back the warranty up. So the industry put it out by just economics put it out, but then everybody that was in the industry at that time was gone. So the new engineers, I said, oh, let's go to triple glaze. No, physics hasn't changed in 40 years. You still have the problems with the weight, the double layers, the two air chambers, right? So that's the problem with happening with the industry right now. They're all promoting what's called ER ratings, energy ratings. So part of the energy ratings are free solar gain in the wintertime. But now you don't want free solar gain June, July, August, and this year, October, you didn't want free solar gain, right? So when I first started promoting 366, I was promoting it because what it did in the wintertime. There was some solar gain in the July and August, but now the whole thing has changed because now you have problems with June, July, August, and September and October. So what I'm going to do is leave it open to questions so that somebody's got questions on glass. We can go over that, or if you've got questions on the honeydew list, which we do. Anybody want to know more about the glass?
How does it work, Norm, for steel doors? I mean, with wood doors, there's an there's a natural insulator in there, but with steel ones, is it not colder? Is it
Well,
how does the glass work in there?
Well, let's look at the door itself. A wood door has an R value of 2. The steel door has an R value of 15
Oh,
because you have two skins of steel, but you've got wood all the way around the edge, and then it has polyurethane in it. So it's insulated. So when you had the wood doors, you needed a storm door. You needed a second door, right, to give you that extra.
that's right. That's right. I remember
But
those
that only
screens.
brought you up to 4 because it gives you 2 for the wood door, 1 for the airspace, and 1 for the storm door. Right. So the only reason to put storm doors now is because maybe it's in the back and there's a deck, and if you don't have a storm door, when the snow comes, it goes up against the steel door. You open your door and the snow comes in the house. So there's
Yeah.
a different reason to have
Yeah.
storm doors. Right? So you have the storm door is a prime door, or the wood door was a prime door, and the other one was your storm door. And so that's the difference between steel and now why you don't have very many storm doors is because of the R value of the steel door, right? It's really increased. We're doing yeah, Sam?
A quick question about the 366. Is that triple glaze or is it double pane or
No,
what's
it's double pane, but it's got 3 layers of silver dioxide, the technology from the space helmet, so the guy could look out of his helmet and not get his head fried, right? And there's very little tint on it. When the first high performance glass came, in order to go to cut out solar gain, you had a very deep tint to it. You couldn't see through it um, in the nighttime because there was so much reflection back. And in daytime, you were looking like you were looking at a wall of mirrors. Right? So the technology has really changed a lot. So when we talked about the low E, there's what we call a hard coat where the low emissivity glass, that's what low E stands for, the coatings are in the glass, right? So where the soft coat, the coating is on the glass. So most companies use the hard coat, which isn't as effective because there's less handling problems. And when I looked at the Cardinal 180, it means it had 1 coat of silver dioxide. The 272 had 2 coats of silver dioxide, and the 366 had 3 coats of silver dioxide. And the next number is how much visible light passes through. So that's the difference of what the numbers mean, right? And as a byproduct, it cuts out ultraviolet fading of furniture and drapes and carpets. You can see that happening when if you move your couch, it's been in a spot for a long time. There's a difference in the color of the floor.
Yeah, the carpet as well. If you had a area rug or something, you had it
Yeah,
there for a long time in a room with lots of light. When you move the carpet, you see the difference in the light on the floor,
yeah. So
on the hardwood floor.
the 366 still gives you light, but it cuts out ultraviolet, no, infrared. Infrared is the heat spectrum. So it's cutting out the heat spectrum, not the visible spectrum. Well, it's cutting out some of the visible spectrum. But a failed thermal pane, which is 2 layers of glass or 3 layers, whatever, and there's moisture in between. Well, first of all, people think it's a vacuum. It's not. It's air trapped in between the glass, and now they inject argon in them. And there's a chemical inside that spacer that holds the 2 glasses together, silica gel, which is a desiccant or drying agent, and it dries the air and keeps the air in between the glass dry. But what happens when the seal fails, more moisture comes in than the chemical can handle, and that's when you start seeing the moisture inside the glass. And if you leave it go for a while, you kind of get a gray film on it. You get, oh, can't clean it. And that gray film is salt. Because what happens when the seal has failed and the extra moisture comes in, it leaches the salt out of the glass. Because glass is made out of sand, of silica sand, and so there's salt in there. And when you have a failed thermopane, that's when you need to replace because it's not effective anymore. And I quoted a woman to replace all her windows because they were all failed. A whole house full of windows failed. To put it with the low E that let 311 BTUs pass through was $5,000 installed. To put the high performance glass, $350 more on a $5,000 job. To go from 311 BTUs going through to 7, $350 more on a $5,000 job. But the government is telling you that you want the free solar gain, and they're wrong. But the problem with the building code, it takes so long to change it, right? It gets way behind the times. And you understand the Titanic was built to building code, right?
Norm?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think they passed the capacity because they had a lot more people in there than it was supposed to. But that's another
Oh, yeah,
story.
hitting icebergs doesn't help. Yes, Sam?
Yeah.
Is there any tint to the 366 glass or distortion compared to other standard glass?
Very little, right? And and I have when I have the samples, when I go to the house and I show them the samples, and they say, "Oh, there's a tint. There's no more tint there." And if somebody says, if I think they need 366, and they said, "Oh, well, we don't want the 366," I say, "Fine. I'm just going to write it on the contract that you turned down the 366 that I recommended, but you turned it down. And so you sign that, I'll put the other glass in." I only had one person went ahead, and when they called me and said there was problems with condensation, I wrote that in the contract that you were going to have a problem. You didn't want to believe me. So, no, it's like, too bad, so sad, right? But
So Norm, how do we refer to people? I mean, in your profession, you know how to what to look for, but what do we need to hear on our end so that we could open up a door or a window
well, on your
to,
end,
to,
Tony, you
to
know,
get that?
because of your grandson's bedroom.
Yes,
The
yes.
room was way too hot. He couldn't sleep in there.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
So
It was 32 degrees in my grandson's room sometimes when the sun, and that's with the shade or the curtains closed. They had to buy special curtains so that they're heat resistant. And so when they closed it, it was still like, just over 30 degrees Celsius in there. And then, yeah, once we put the glass in, we had the curtains open and it was about 25. It was still warm, but it was nothing like it
livable.
was.
So if rooms are too hot or too cold, that's when you need the 366, right? So south-facing windows or southwest-facing windows are especially susceptible to overheating.
Yes.
So the 366 is really effective for the summer on the windows that get a lot of sun. It's really effective on north side in the wintertime. Because the north side is the coldest side, and especially if it's that room is the furthest away from the longest length of heating duct, if it's the furthest away from the furnace. So each situation I look at, or if somebody's getting a lot of moisture. I had one customer, he had to keep towels on the bottom of his windows, and every morning he had to wipe the windows off with the towel, but he had to have towels to soak up the moisture that was coming off the glass. I did his. He had a bay window, which he got a quote on with 366 glass. I went in and gave a price to replace the glass in the bay window and all the other glass in the house for less than the cost of the bay window. So then he didn't have to put the towels down anymore for the condensation. And from that job, I got 13 other jobs. Because all the neighbors he was a center of influence, right? He was what we call a bird dog. He told, "Oh yeah, I had this, and boy, the boys did this," right? It also helped that we had the bus at the time and was a, a U-shaped street called Lynn Crescent in Stittsville, and people were walking their dogs and they wanted to know what we were doing, and so that really helped. And the doors, I do a lot of replacing of the seals of the doors, right? And then we'll replace glass. Where we had a door didn't have glass in, took the door out, cut a hole, put glass in, and put the door back. Right. So not a lot of people are doing that. Right. We had Rick's doing next week a pocket door, but to replace the pocket door, you had to rip open the wall. So what he's doing instead, he's taking the pocket door out, just undoing the clip, taking the pocket door out, putting a regular swing door inside, right? And then this week we replace a lot of balance sashes, which is those up and down windows. You have things so you can lift the window up and it'll stay in position, right? It won't slide down. So we replaced. Actually, it was not only the balance sashes, the springs, but we had to replace what's called the shoes in the thing, right? So a lot of it is knowing where I can get parts for windows and doors, right? So that's the biggest thing with windows and doors is I've been at it so long that I recognize the different brands and I know where to get parts for the brands, right? Like this one here, the ones that we did with the balance sashes, some of the balance sashes were 34. The catalog that's used the most, which is all glass out of Edmonton, only has up to 32 inches of balance sashes. Well, I knew where to get the 34s. Right, so other people wouldn't know where to get the 34s if they knew how to do the balance sashes. Right, and then there's
Catherine has a question on pocket doors. What's a pocket door? Is it so small it can fit in a pocket?
well, it does. It fits into the pocket of the door. So the door slides into the wall, Cat. So it's on a track. It's got little wheels on the top and on the track, and you slide the door into the wall. And it's called a pocket door. Do you have them in Scotland?
I'm gonna guess not, because that doesn't sound familiar in the term. I've never heard.
It
Yeah.
might be a different name. I think you have pocket doors.
Yeah,
It's like
they have some the
hidden-
French door where you open it sideways and both sides.
Oh yeah,
it's
like,
like-
yeah, like a
It's
sliding
hidden-
door.
It's
Sliding
hidden
door,
pass-
yeah.
I didn't
it's
know.
like
Yeah,
hidden-
it slides into the wall. We called it a pocket door.
Yeah, we do have them then. I just call them sliding doors.
Yeah. Well, our sliding door would be an exterior door where it slides to open, right? So we would
Oh.
call that a sliding
But
door.
does it slide in the wall, Cat, or does it slide beside the wall? Does it go
It
in the
lies
wall
right
or
in front
beside?
of the wall.
In front of the wall. That's a sliding
Yeah.
door. Okay.
No,
Pocket door is when it goes in the wall.
Yeah, but the one that slides it slides onto the wall is called a barn door.
Yeah.
If it slides over but it does go into the wall, it's called a barn door.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know anything about doors, so I'm maybe not
Yeah,
the best
yeah.
person to ask.
Open and close.
But they have the sliding doors that go beside the wall, and yeah, in Canada they're called barn doors, but they're sliding. They're sliding doors basically.
Yeah, they slide in the front of the wall. Yeah, so the biggest thing that we have is weather stripping, right? So, but I will only do weather stripping from now. Well, I'll start doing weather stripping in about a month till about maybe October. If somebody can see light coming in through their door now, and they want to get ready for next winter, you better call me before it gets cold again. Because once it gets cold, your bad planning doesn't constitute an emergency in my world. I can't do this weather stripping with gloves, right? And I have the door open for quite a while, so you want to have decent weather for me to get it ready for winter time. So if you see, go look at your doors. If you see light coming through, either through the bottom where you got to replace the sweep, or at the sides, then you don't feel it in the summertime where the heat's going out. Where you feel it is where the cold is coming in. I mean, you still have an energy loss with the air conditioning going out, right? Going out through that light that you can see through. So that's the thing that I do. I do weather stripping where you generally can't find other people to do weather stripping. They want to replace your whole door, or I'll not do that. Anything else?
Okay.
Oh, and the honeydew list is because we have all the tools. Like I book at $85 an hour, but what we can do in an hour compared to another guy at $50 an hour, he's $50 an hour, but he takes 3 hours. But because we have all the toys, right, we get it done in an hour because we have all cordless DeWalt tools. So we upgraded 5 windows with those balance oscillators in less than 3 hours, Rick and I. Because I had the oscillating tool to cut the pocket for the shoes. Anyway, that's and the honey, Kat, do you know what the honeydew list is? Okay.
Yeah.
You knew
You
that
don't.
and stuff. Okay. What do you got, Sam? Oh, the pocket doors. There's a pocket door, Kat. Or is that bar
Yes,
door or pocket door?
we do have those, like in the drawing room kind of style.
I wasn't sure what Sam was showing us.
Yeah, those are open French doors. Yeah.
Yeah, they go right into the wall. That's what.
Yeah,
those
yeah.
things,
Yeah,
they-
that's pocket doors. The problem is with the pocket doors, when the hardware goes, you can get the first hardware out, but you can't get the second hardware out to replace it. You have to open up the wall. Like we can do that. We can replace the hardware, but we can do anything if you give us enough money.
I think
We
of
all feel
millions
the
of
same
jobs for
way,
you there.
Sam.
But the problem is
Okay.
when you open up the wall to repair a pocket door, if you really want the pocket door, is that now you have to re-drywall it, right? And you got to mud it and
They paint it in the same pink or periwinkle color that it was. Yeah.
well, no, I can match the color of the wall exactly.
Oh yeah.
Exactly. I did my father had Parkinson, he'd fall into the wall and make holes. And I did in this condo, he had a big hole which I patched and sanded. I took a piece of the paint, brought it to my friend at Benjamin Moore. I said, I need some of this, right? And he gave me a little quart of it. I went and painted the wall. A week later, you couldn't tell where I painted the wall.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, if you get a good paint guy, yeah, that's
It's
a good
sure.
thing.
And I had a friend who was from Scotland. He was a stonemason. He replaced some stones or bricks that were under the deck, extra bricks under the deck. The size of the window changed. He filled in this thing with this 60-year-old red brick, and he put the red mortar on. And when it cured, a month later, you couldn't tell where he had started and where the old mortar was. He was third generation. He was a Covey, Colin Covey. But I'd say he was third generation. So some of it all depends on skill, right? But you can match the color of paint exactly if you have a sample, at least a little bit bigger, about the size of silver dollar. If you need to do that, let me know. I'll send you where you got to do it, where you can get it done.
Norm.
Well, thank you very much, Norm. Great presentation.
Who had a
Those of you
question?
that want to talk to Norm more about this, just set up a BAM, and you'll get more information. But there's all kinds of ways that we can help each other, and that it's those BAMs that are doing it. You really can be able to get the style right down. So, Bernie, do you have a quote for us just to end the meeting?
Yes, I do, Tony. It's from Oprah Winfrey. Don't believe in failure. It's not failure if you enjoyed the process. So I guess if you've had a broken glass or you got the wrong glass, it's part of the run. Just got to get a hold of Norm to get the right glass.
Yeah, as Penny Lee would say, because she did some skydiving recently, she says if you jump out of a plane, just